Traditional dating, as we've been accustomed to knowing, is officially dead, and I highly doubt it will be coming back for most of the population. Before the pandemic, men and women would go out and meet in public to waste money and time, with the man's eyes set on having bedroom fun with the woman and the woman trying not to have her 10 toes up at the end of the day. That was the typical dating format that most normies would follow, with the man having to invest his money, energy, attention, and time up front, while the woman was expected to be spoiled, treated to fancy dinner dates, and showered with gifts without having to pleasure the man at the end of it. Doesn't that sound fantastic? Sign me up. But in all seriousness, that dating model is slowly eroding, and mark my word, it will be replaced with something new judging by how people interact with each other socially and the country's economics. Especially with how tough times are becoming due to the rising inflation and women becoming increasingly desperate to help pay for their monthly necessities like utilities and gas. The old dating model of meeting someone out to eat and have drinks is slowly becoming more and more irrelevant. These examples will be anecdotal evidence, but it holds a lot of weight which can help show us what direction we are going. I want you guys to look at the younger generation, which would be millennials and Gen Z, and notice that those two generations have been monetized in recent years, especially after the pandemic. Look at the rise of lonely fans, look at women on Instagram getting flown out by wealthy men to do by, look at the rise of young women on sugar daddy sites like Seeking Arrangements, and look at women online as cam girls busting it wide open for all the world to see. These are things that are happening right now as I'm typing this script. And it's becoming more and more normalized in today's society, so much so that women are literally out on the streets in broad daylight in Seattle selling pea sleeve on the side to make ends meet. If you doubt what I'm saying, all you have to do is go online and visit these sugar daddy sites, OnlyFans, and Instagram, and you'll see the evidence right there in front of your eyes. But most of you guys don't want to look at the truth because you would rather go through life with blinders on and pretend something you disagree with doesn't exist, rather than accept that this is the direction we are headed. If you want to be a morality police, then go ahead, but the truth is the truth, and it's primarily young women who are doing this nowadays to make a little extra money on the side. Then I want you to look at who matters right now in the dating marketplace. It's not Generation X or baby boomers. It's the younger generation who have no problem engaging in these activities for a little bit of money. Now, you don't have to participate in it, but this is the truth of where we are headed, and I'm just here to report on what's going on, not to encourage anyone to do something they feel they are too moral to do. I want you guys to remember that dating can be closely linked to prostitution, and I went over an article in 2 previous videos that highlighted dating as a new concept that replaced courting, and the people back in the day saw it as immoral for men to carry women outside and wine and dine them. But because we were born seeing people doing the version of courting that we know as dating today, it became the norm for us. So my prediction is that the form of dating as we know it today will change and evolve into something different. I suspect it will be linked to women selling themselves like what we see online in an ethically monogamous relationship. For those who don't know what the hell ethically monogamous is, I'll give you the definition because it's a new BS term that has been used recently instead of saying polyamory. Ethical non-monogamy is the practice of taking part in romantic relationships that are not completely exclusive between two people. So basically, it is polyamory that sounds better to say. This is what they do. They change the definitions of things to suit people's feelings. But anyway, I brought up ethically non-monogamous relationships because this is where we are headed based on the current climate of the dating market. Let me give you an example that all of you can relate to so you understand what I'm saying. Let's say that a Gen Z girl has a boyfriend around the same age, and both of them combined cannot pay their bills and living expenses in total each month. So the girl decides to jump on a sugar daddy site like Seeking Arrangements and get clapped out by a sugar daddy for an extra couple of dollars, with her boyfriend's consent to help pay for their living expenses. This is what the new form of dating will very well look like, and the future looks bright for us free agents and older men with money. Young men will be somewhat forced to be alright with their girlfriends being monetized and selling peace sleeve on the side, which will be called ethically monogamous or polyamory for us old heads. And if you still doubt my resolve, just look at girls who are on OnlyFans who have boyfriends. These boyfriends end up having to be alright with their girlfriends busting it wide open for hundreds if not tens of thousands of men all around the world to see. Some boyfriends also have to participate in blowing her back out on camera and following her lead just because she makes more money than him. And sometimes, when the content becomes repetitive with the boyfriend being the only man smashing the girl, she has to bring in a fan or other lonely fan star to have bedroom fun with on camera to keep her subscriptions going, and the boyfriend has to suck it up. This is where we are headed, guys. Due to how bad this economy is getting and the stigma around pay for play slowly eroding, pay for play and ethically non-monogamy will be the new form of dating. And mark my words, the laws will change to make it somewhat legal for men and women to engage in pay for play. Because you have to look at it like this: the government will not support women by themselves just to uphold morality. Ultimately, they don't care about women like that, so either they will tax men to pass on the money to women or make it somewhat legal for men to pay for play to help support women. With marriage and traditional dating on life support, women will need help to get through the tough times. I believe that women will sell themselves openly and choosing to be a part of concubines. And harems will be the new form of dating and relationships. Now, I know you aren't convinced and you think I'm spewing nonsense. Alright, let's look at what has been happening on dating apps to prove my point to you non-believers. On dating apps, it is well known that at the very least 80% of women choose to date the top 20% of men. That is why we have the argument of hypergamy and women selecting high-value men in the first place, while the bottom 80% of men are either incels or they barely can get one woman to go out on a date with. Cool, all of us are in agreement with that. Well, what if I told you that women would prefer to share one high-value man than date a man they believe is beneath them or a man who cannot provide for her needs? You would agree with me, right? Good, we can all agree on that as well. So how is that different from the 90-10 rule or women engaging in concubines and harems? Men, all you have to do is open your eyes, and you'll see what I'm saying is already going on. Look at Andrew Tate and Dan Bilzerian as an example. Both men are high-value men with a lot of money, and I don't see any of them with just one woman. Nope, I see both men surrounded by multiple women who have no problem sharing these men. It looks to me like these women are a part of a harem if I'm being honest. And I know that some of their women are paid, but it looks like the rest of them are happy to be concubines in a harem if you ask me. So guys, I know most of you will not want to accept that this is where we are headed, but the proof is in the pudding if you're willing to see the truth. Could I be wrong? And this never transitions to the new dating in our lifetime. Of course not, I will be right, and I have the evidence to prove it. Going back to the video title, with men no longer approaching women, if men are no longer willing to date and support women financially, what are women going to do? What are men going to do to bust that nut? Because I know that most of you guys will eventually cave in and go get you a slice of peace leaf. Well, men won't have to approach women if they are paying directly to get what they want, and women will get the money they want. Are you starting to see where all of this ties in nicely? Men who will be in the bottom 80% of men who have no chance of getting their personal women can still bust that nasty nut if they cast morality aside and have a little bit of money. Then there wouldn't be a need to approach women and waste money paying for dinner dates and other BS for you to go on a traditional date. Instead, any man could hop on a sugar daddy site and set up his profile, and the women would come to you instead of you having to go to them. All it would then take to get what you really want is a couple hundred to thousands of dollars, depending on the quality woman you want, and boom, you can bust that nasty nut. I have recently engaged in a bit of pay for play. I didn't have to do anything, and I got what I wanted with a little bit of money. So the choice is yours, but I'm on the dark side now, brothers. I'm never going back to approaching women ever again when all I need is some money. That makes no sense to me, but if you're not comfortable or ready to join us free agents on the dark side, I get it and won't judge you. But just know that you're missing out on these young women out here, brothers, so you can either adapt or miss out on getting easy peace leave. I have no problem paying because all men pay to have access to women, and that's the bottom line. You can either pay in money, energy, attention, and time, but I choose money because they can be easily replaced. My time isn't. Now, for those who stuck around to this point in the video, let me show you proof that everything I said is going on right now in this economy. I'm going to show a few dating profiles on Seeking to show you what is happening. I can't reveal specific information because they have a copyright policy, so you won't be able to see the person on the profile. So with that said, let's dive in. Our first profile is a girl and a guy in an open relationship, and I stated above that young men will have to share their women with other men like sugar daddies. And if you look below the seeking section, you'll see that they are a college couple, which means the guy is broke, and they are seeking a sugar mommy or daddy to help finance their lives, and I'm sure she's going to get smashed out by a sugar daddy. So that is proof number one, which is a couple on Seeking looking for someone to finance their lives. Our second profile is of a girl that is in an open relationship, and if you look at the section that says about me, she says that she is a college student who is looking for someone to help pay her bills. Again, I told you guys that women will be looking for men that can help them pay their bills in this economy. And her boyfriend has to share her with another man because he's probably broke too. Everything I've said is correct so far. Our third profile proves the ethically non-monogamous argument. If you look at the About Me section, you'll see underlined ENM, which is the acronym for ethically non-monogamous. Again, I'm right. Our fourth profile demonstrates that financial gain is the future of dating. If you look at the seeking section where the line is drawn, you'll see that she says, "If you're looking for a relationship, please do not message me. Guys, relationships are dead. Just pack it in." I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but Gen Z isn't going for relationships like the previous generations. Let's go to the millennials and see what they are seeking. Our fifth profile is about a married woman who's looking to level up. So she says that she is married but looking for a better man. I feel sorry for you married guys, I really do. And if you look down in the About Me section, she clearly states she is married but still wants to enjoy her life. It's over guys, and this woman is 32 years old and probably has kids because she said that she prefers not to say. Guys, it's over. And our sixth profile is about a single mother millennial. She has 2 kids and is a single mom who works hard for her children. I can bet she works hard all right, hard gobbling salami. And if you look down at the last section where I underline the entire sentence, this woman is looking for a full-time employment on a dating site. If anyone has the nerve to come in here and tell me I'm wrong, you must be living in Delusionalville. Gents, with this amount of evidence, I stand firm in saying that dating is dead and men don't have to approach anymore. I rest my case. Tap that thumbs up button if I manage to open your eyes to the reality of what's happening, and subscribe for more hard-hitting truths. The links to donate and support the channel are in the description box below. You can use PayPal or Cash App if you want to support the channel. Guys, dating is dead. You just can't see it yet.